dangerous pecs than an angry ostrich, flexing them on his walk on there, you might have spotted. Against the mouth of the South, Richard North. Neither of these lads are guys short of a word to say or short of confidence, are they, Chris Murphy?
Certainly not, Dan, and that was like me and you on a night out. One man throwing serious shapes, the other leaning on the bar and nodding. I'll let the viewers decide which they think is which.
Yeah.
But it's Richard North against Devon Petersen, the second Spartan of the day. The first got knocked out. Christo Reyes beaten by Vincent van der Voort. Petersen in his first European Tour appearance.
First leg is Devon to throw first. Game on.
Of 2017 against Richard North, a man who has been making a name for himself in his debut season as a PDC Pro. He's reached 3 quarter-finals, including the last Players' Championship event.
91.
Had a back-to-back run of quarter-finals on a weekend in Milton Keynes as well. Let's see what he can do on the big stage.
100.
Yeah, wild first start from Richard North, but he managed to work his way down to the treble. Devon Petersen's been putting a lot of work into his throw, basically rebuilding it. Now, I'm yet to have a good look at Devon's throw, just to see how he's changed it.
45.
Just have a little look here. The grip looks similar. There might be... There's still not much backlift. I'm not sure...
100.
Not sure how drastically he's changed it. I'm assured by both Devon and the rest of his camp that he has been changing things, but there must be very subtle changes because it's still not much backlift. There's a sort of explosive push forward. I mean, Dev's a man not short on muscle.
It doesn't look altogether different, does it, Dan? Perhaps he's just not confident enough with the new throw and has reverted to the old one for the match, because every match is important. He's not been on the European Tour all year.
58.
Does look very similar to what we're used to.
Well, 98 leaves 60. 20 for double top for a hold of throw. But North may be pretty close. I think he'll want to stay there.
100. Devon, you require
On a 2-darter at least. So, Devon for his first leg on the Euro Tour this year. Double 10 he wants. Back to the middle of the hockey.
50.
And 2 darts missed, and North has done enough
You require
to give
96.
himself a real chance of a break of throw in this opening leg. Treble 20, double 18 will be the route. Staying on the 20s. Gets it. Doesn't get the double 8.
Devon, you require 10.
Good choice to stay there. Looked a good guide, and he followed into the treble, but couldn't find the double. And Devon Petersen can find double 5
Devon is Richard to throw first. Game on.
to take the first leg. South Africa against Southampton, by the way, this contest.
60.
Richard North came through Q School at the start of this year, having bagged himself a sponsorship and management deal. He's a little bit of pressure on his pro career and has had some decent results, hasn't he, Dan?
Well, 3 quarter-finals on the Pro Tour this year. I mean, that's not to be sniffed at. When you think, look, for example, right, Christo Reyes, about whom I have waxed lyrical over the last couple of years,
42.
really. Christo's a player who has consistently got better and better and better and better. And he started off making a lot of last 16s. I mean, he made last 16 of the World Championship, his very first event. But on the Pro Tour, he kept making last 16s, and then they turned into quarter-finals, and now they've turned into semi-finals, and I think Christo is a very realistic candidate to be the next new winner on the PDC Tour. Richard North has just jumped a couple of steps and gone straight into making quarter-final.
And it's not just the places he's got to in tournaments, it's who he's beat as well. He's beat the likes of Adrian Lewis and James Wade along the way.
Yeah, and he's done so playing some very, very consistent darts.
85.
As I said at the start of this game, these guys are not fellas who lack confidence. They believe in their own ability. At least they say they do. Richard North says it repeatedly, as well as a lot of other stuff. That's why he's been nicknamed the Mouth of the South. He's got some new shirts he's getting next week, actually, with that written on it.
So he's got some decibels as well, hasn't he, Richard North?
60.
Wouldn't need the
Wow,
microphone if we were stood in
110.
Kirk Bevan's place. Put it that way.
No,
Anyway,
he would
110.
not. Well, can still do it. Can't now.
54. Devon, you require 154.
He'll come back for 56, Richard North. To level up.
98. Richard, you require 56.
16 tops, is it? Certainly is. Double top. North looking at the most northern
Game
point
shot,
of the
second leg,
board and
Richard
finds
North.
it.
The leg is Devon to throw first. Game on.
Well, so far, we've seen
41.
checkouts of 10 and 56. And it seems a pretty evenly contested game. It's not caught light yet by any stretch of the imagination.
Not a single 140 in the first 2 legs. Pair had had 3 tons apiece in those first couple of legs. North adding his 4th.
100.
And that'd be frustrating for Devon, because that first dart did look a prime candidate for a 140 or even better. That one certainly didn't from North, which is why he switched down the board, and you can see the look he's given the camera there suggests he doesn't quite know why he wasn't perfecting the treble a bit more.
The winner taking on Jelle Klaasen tomorrow. Interesting contest that. Will this be the first match?
108.
It will indeed, as Richard North fills up the treble 20 bed down to a bogey number, but Devon Petersen needs to be sensible, and he is. He doesn't leave a bogey number. Curiosity is this game. Somebody can have fewer points than you but can't actually win in this business.
Yeah, and again skipping a step.
51.
No 140s, but it's fine in a 180.
164.
If we hit the bullseye for the tournament, Petersen might be hitting the bullseye at the end of this combination. 164.
139.
Devon's barely been hitting 2 trebles per visit at all. He nearly took out 164. Absolute madness. Needs a treble here, North. Does not get it.
64.
Strays into the treble 8 when he was looking at the treble 16. Petersen to hold his throw. Double 8 he wants. Double 4 now. Double 4 he gets. It is 2-1 to South African.
Game on. $96.
Talk about Richard North's clothing. Devon, that is of his own design. This is Spartan wear. Got baseball caps. He wants to bring out trainers.
Well, why not? Devon's designs.
140.
Is that what it's called? Or is it
No,
got some
I
kind of-
think it's called Spartan or something along those lines.
Cooler than anything we could think of.
Well, yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know. I would imagine, if it's based on Devon, they'd probably go in sizes from extra large to extra, extra, extra large. If you want a small one, you're probably out of luck.
98.
Well, Petersen missed
100.
the bullseye in the last
Wow,
leg for a 164. North needn't go for it.
Just checking the score, 87 left, 17 to be the shot.
131.
Fantastic setup shot from Richard North. Devon.
Well, even the 25 can't get him out of jail here.
11 scores.
Me.
Richard, you require 36.
Well, the less said about that one, the better.
Game shot on the 4th
No
leg.
pressure
Richard
on that
North.
double 18 for Richard
The leg
North,
is
who
10
fires
to
in a
throw
13
first. Game
darter.
on.
Well, not a bad time to get a bad score out of the way.
140.
And kicks off this leg with a much higher one.
Already seen wins tonight. James Wade looking certainly better than we've seen him of
55.
late in a 6-1 win over Justin Pipe, continuing his phenomenal record against Justin. Christian Bunser on his debut put up a fight against Jerry Hendricks but went down 6-4. Christian kissed
96.
Had a better time of it. A 6-2 win over Zoran Lurchbacher, the Austrian. That's Joe Cullen, Devon's mate. Devon's actually relocating to Bradford this year.
99.
I think he might be here already, actually. He has been sort of commuting, if you like. Long commute. I mean, not every day, that would be mad. But
58.
between South Africa and Yorkshire, dividing his time, trying to play the PDC Tour, but also spending time back home with his loved ones in South Africa.
It is the biggest bromance, I think, since Andy the Pieman Smith and Terry Jenkins in World Darts.
40.
Not often you'll compare Big Devon to Pieman, but I think in this case it probably is a fair comparison.
96.
Also wins for Peter Jakes tonight.
167.
Fantastic performance from another Yorkshireman there. Devon can't find the treble 20 he needed. He keeps straying into the 5.
80.
Better
Richard
dart,
Uruguay,
good adjustment.
151.
No bullseye needed for this checkout.
Well, we saw him find the 2 requisite trebles earlier on with a setup shot. Just doing his sums to try and leave this one as handy as possible.
104.
Not the end of the world.
87.
Great dart. Double 9. Oh,
78.
that is a long way
Richard
off.
Uruguay,
Devon can't figure it
47.
out. You can see him just going through the motions with his throwing arm there. If this is a new throw, which I'm struggling to see a great difference in the old one, not really working for him that well. Double top would work for Richard North,
7
but he
score.
can't find it for the break of
Devon
throw that he
Uruguay,
will
9.
need in this match.
1-4 then for Devon Petersen to edge ahead again.
1.
It's catching.
Richard Uruguay, 40.
Devon only 2 out of 10 on his doubles right now.
Game shot
But
on the
that
leg.
is where it needs to be
North.
for Richard North. He does get the
They give
break of throw
Richard
he
the
needs.
throw
It's the
first.
first break of throw
Game
in
on.
this match. 3-2 to the man from Southampton. And the man from South Africa on the ropes. And this could help keep him there.
121.
Anguish from North.
Yeah, North leading for the first time in this match. Now can Petersen show him how it's done? Not quite.
140. $60.
Let's see Richard North make his debut on the European Tour at the European Darts match play. He won his opening
54.
game against Mickey Mansell very convincingly as well, 6-1. It was a pretty convincing defeat to Mervyn King in the next round.
140.
He doesn't seem the kind of player that would get overawed or phased by very much, really. Game of darts is
95.
a game of darts to Richard North.
Well, prior to his trip and the match play, the European darts match play, I should say, he'd only been out of the country once. So it's still, this is all a big new experience for Richard North. I think he'd gone on holiday to Greece or Spain or somewhere as a lad. I mean, Devon's a jet
Richard
setter.
Uruguay, 80.
Devon's back and forth on planes to South Africa. Joe Cullen trying to give us a bit of blue steel down the camera there as North. Was that tops he was going for? Double 10?
70.
Well,
Devon Uruguay,
not quite sure.
112.
He got it in reverse, didn't he, what he should have been aiming for there. Petersen needs 57 to have a shot at the ball now.
84. Richard Uruguay, 10.
Good guide. Double-barreled guide.
No
He plunks
score.
one in between the posts,
Devon Uruguay, 28.
and it doesn't get him a leg on the board. Petersen can hit back straight away.
Double 7. There it
Game
is.
shot on the stick
Devon
leg.
Petersen
Devon
breaks back
Petersen.
immediately, but had to survive
7
4
legs,
darts
Devon
for
to
that
throw
leg
first.
on a 2-leg gap. Very,
Game on.
very little between these two. It has turned into a real battle. And one of them just find another gear. Just take their opponent
81.
out of the game.
You always wonder what the likes of Kyle Anderson, who hammered in 100 average, will feel if he's sat somewhere watching a game like this. They haven't quite achieved the heights of some of what's gone before, but that's just the way it goes with these open draws, and you never know how someone's going to perform. How often do you see James Richardson firing a 101 average?
Yeah, it was very impressive stuff from James Richardson. Still the top performer in terms of averages. I'd probably say the performance of the day would have to go to Peter Jakes, though, seeing off Kyle Anderson. 6-3 despite Anderson's 100 average. Peter Jakes was just ruthless.
100.
Even more ruthless than James Ruthless Richardson.
Pretty ruthless.
Christo Reyes.
95.
A rare first round defeat for Reyes, beaten by Vincent van der Voort, and we've just seen Robert Allen Stein overcome his fellow German recruit in Horvat.
Well, a rare first round appearance for
42.
Christo Reyes, who's been
Well, yes, it's a fair point.
seeded for a few of these tournaments.
And will be seeded again. I'll assure you of that.
99.
Van der Voort's reward is, of course, a match with Michael van Gerwen.
Well, maybe Christo has ducked out. Christo has taken the wise decision. If you keep losing to Michael van Gerwen and keep losing heavily, which is exactly what Christo's been doing, the best way to avoid that is just not to play him. It's good. Tops. 107 check out for Richard North. It's 3 consecutive breaks of throw we've had here. Standout moment of quality there from North, taking out Tops for a ton plus check out. Devon turns away, looks to his supporters. Joe Cullen, that's his manager John Archer.
It seemed like Joe Cullen was playing the part of coach there, didn't it? Offering the advice to his
80.
pal.
Hit more big trebles, Devon.
Like a football manager shouting,
Score.
Yeah, do a goal. And then when they do it, they go, told him to do that.
$100.
Just get the feeling with Richard North, having spoken to him a few times
40.
away. I mean, you've seen him play in the local leagues down in Hampshire, haven't you?
yeah.
Presumably, he is as cocky and loud and strolls around like he owns the
64.
place in those leagues as he is away from the board, or is he very much business head on?
No, very much what you said the first time.
Right.
57.
And he's been very successful in those leagues, hasn't he? You know, he's beating some of the big players involved in those leagues.
Yeah, they're generally shared between the likes of Richard himself, who's looking to fire in a max there. 142 gets him down to a decent finish. Yeah, shared between the likes of Simon Whitlock, Andy Jenkins, Bradley Kirk, who's won the
60. Richard
Development Tour before.
117.
So that sort of gives you an idea of the standard of players. Some good players in those leagues, and Richard North is more than holding his own.
85.
And he's doing that, striding around like he owns the place. Now, Richard North has very, very little experience of being on these big stages, playing in front of big crowds.
100.
Once he gets to the point where he feels more comfortable, and he starts being the Richard North that he is away from the big stages, he could get better and better. 88.
24.
I genuinely think that Richard North just sees a dartboard and throws at it, basically. I think he does not care where he is, who he's playing against, and that is
44. Richard
good quality to have.
No
Missing
score.
doubles is not a good quality to have, and it's
140.
one that Richard North has had over the last couple of visits. The 140 is not going to go for Devon Petersen, though. And it's going to be a leg here. Oh, my
80.
word, Devon, you're lucky that bounced out, because that really could have slid down the barrel and bust your score from 140 there.
Oh, the old Petersen bust.
Yeah. Oh, we love a Devon Petersen bust. I'm not talking about his pecs anymore. Double 4.
Well, this has been a funny old match
Devon, you're
in
required
terms of
60.
finishing, because you do not fancy any player with 3 darts in hand at a double, but on combinations, they look quite handy. Double 10 to prove the points.
Game shot on the 8th leg. Devon Petersen.
Well. Richard
I think
North.
it's Devon to throw first. Game on.
He's missed 9 darts by my reckoning in that leg for a 5-3 lead, and it could well be
42.
what kills him in this match. He may shrug it off. Make sure I get off and fire in a 180. Or a ton 40.
100.
Or a ton. But it's going to be, when it comes to match darts, having missed so many. You know, he's hitting fewer than 1 in 5 of his darts at double, Richard North.
134.
And he does have the highest checkout of the match by quite some distance, at 107.
Yeah, another good quality that a darts player can possess is the ability to press the
123.
reset button and just erase what's just happened, because missed doubles can play on the mind.
59.
The feeling that you should be 1 leg away from winning this match. Instead, he's embroiled in a race to 2.
Yeah, embroiled is the word. Devon Petersen down for the 19s here. 4 19s, gets into a finish, needs that treble. Does
58.
not get it. North stolen the darts in this leg. Not making the most of it. Better.
67.
Well, it's not a nightmare scenario for Richard North.
127's one of those, you know, there's 120 plus finishes.
140.
127's one of the
Richard
better
require
ones, isn't it?
127.
Yeah, but he may need to go now, because Petersen has landed a 140 to leave 68. So it is the bullseye.
90. Devon, you require
Wide of the
68.
mark. Devon has a chance to lead and move within 1. And he's got 2 darts. Double 4 for Devon.
Game
There
shot,
it
the
is.
9th leg. Devon Petersen.
Tables have been well and truly turned here.
Devon Petersen did lead at 2-1.
43.
But he probably, well, he should have been 5-3 down. North missed 9 darts. And we said that could be
100.
the 3 visits that killed him in this game, and it may yet prove to be the case.
100.
Well, he almost knelt down as he fired in the dart into the treble 20 there. Haven't had a match this evening that's gone all the way to an 11th and deciding leg. We did have 3 on the spin this afternoon.
Yeah, Stefan Seatman, Aidan Kirk and Robbie Green all coming through last leg deciders. This, oh, what a last start that is from Devon Petersen.
Just keeps him interested. North needs a treble to find himself on a finish.
Has to stay on the treble 20.
60.
Doesn't get the treble he wants. Petersen. Well, it's 15 off. Oh, now then, Devon.
95.
Decent stuff from Devon Petersen, leaves 140. It would be by far the biggest checkout in this match. But he might have to take it out if he wants to win it in this leg. North leaves 64. Petersen won't take out the 140. But with the way that Richard North has been missing doubles, then Devon
82.
will still kindle some hope, nurture that hope of coming back to the board to seal it with a 58 checkout. North just giving himself time. He knows he's been missing doubles. He needs to put it right, and he needs to put it right now. He only gets 1 dart at the double, and it's double top. And he pulls it low, and that might be that.
58.
Devon Petersen, this is your chance. 2 darts to win and move through to the second round. Double 10. He's missed, and North will come back for the same target. 2 match darts missed by Devon Petersen, the man from South Africa. Richard North steps up to the hockey to try and force a last leg decider in the final match of the first round.
I don't know whether he'll hit this double. Devon doesn't know, and I'm not sure Richard North knows either. He really doesn't know.
15.
And now he does. And it is not the answer that Richard North wanted. Double 5. Oh my word.
Well,
16.
incredible goings on at the end of this match.
5.
Neither player seemingly wants to win, and North has found double 1 and hasn't found the single 1, and this match
4.
has turned into an absolute mess at the end. Can Petersen finally finish the job?
Double 2 will do it. Can he get through? Bulldoze his way through there.
No
Didn't
score.
even give it a chance.
Richard, you require 5.
7 match darts by my rating. I'm losing count of the number of missed doubles here. Now, Richard North. It was a horror show last visit. Double 2. And there it is. It's so simple sometimes.
It's Devon to throw first. Game on.
Well, he may well look to the heavens because perhaps someone was smiling down there.
93.
It's Petersen that's missed some match darts, lots of them, but Richard North will not be pleased with how the last few minutes have gone, except for the fact he's still in the tournament.
Well, look, Richard North missed 9 darts for a 5-3 lead.
60.
Devon Petersen, I believe, has missed 7 darts for the match. And I would not bet against there being more missed match darts before. I mean, somebody might take 170 to win it here. It would be the maddest shot of this weekend.
100.
Yeah, if this was a football match, it would be going to penalties, wouldn't it?
This is the beauty of this game.
140.
I know it has not been a beautiful match to watch, but the beauty is somebody has to hit the winning double in each leg. And that can be
140.
horrifically hard at times.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, Dan. And I'm really enjoying this one. But it provides drama, doesn't it? Missed doubles
58.
provide as much drama as huge checkouts when they happen at that kind of time.
Yeah. And Devon has given himself 110 for the match. North needs to leave himself on a decent finish. That is a huge help.
85.
That isn't
Devon,
bad, you
you
know.
require 110.
They're similar checkouts, 116 and 110. Devon needs to find a treble. Doesn't find it. North knows one treble, gets him a
58.
match dart.
Richard,
Well,
you require
wouldn't it be ironic?
116.
Having missed hatfuls of darts at doubles, when all he needed to do was go up and plonk one in, if he finished with a combination checkout, he had 107 earlier on. He needs to stay there. And he can't find the treble, and Petersen will get more match darts unless something goes spectacularly wrong.
Well, spectacularly wrong at the end of legs has basically
56.
been the theme of this
Devon, you
match.
require 52.
I expect more drama here. Double 16 for Devon Petersen. For the ugliest of wins,
Game
there
shot.
it
On
is!
the match.
And in the
Devon
end, he only
Petersen.
needs one dart. Big Devon makes it a winning return to the European Tour. It looked as if he might have... What an evening we're all having here at the European Darts Open. Here is Big Dev. We'll see you tomorrow.
Exactly what we can perform, but I think in the midst of everything, I mean, a win is a win in the end. So I'm glad that I'm victorious. But I mean, Richard North has been showing pure form over the last few days. So I think the timing barrier obviously affected him in a bad way, but myself as well. So I'm just glad to be with a win.
Jelle Klaassen is the next one. I think you need to improve a little bit.
No, not just a little bit, like by steps though. I mean, it's just one of those things. I mean, Jelle Klaassen is a good player, and we've played a few times, and he beat me, and I've beat him. But I think tonight's game wasn't really the true show of what we can perform, but I think in the end it shows Sugar, and the one who wants to win will win, and I'm the one that wanted to win, so in the end I was happy.
Yeah, through. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Devon Petersen. Er sagt, am Ende ist es einfach ein Sieg, egal wie der zustande kam, auch wenn das Niveau nicht hoch war. Und er wird sich nicht nur ein bisschen steigern müssen, wenn es dann morgen gegen Jelle Klaassen rangeht. Er muss sich ein großes Stück verbessern, um da eine realistische Chance zu haben. Nochmal einen Applaus für The Spartan, Devon Petersen. Und das war sie, die letzte Erstrundenpartie, die letzte Partie dieser zweiten Session der Happy